Hi everyone, welcome to Total Physiocare Matwork Pilates. We are going to be aiming to keep everyone nice and active while we're not able to come in for classes in the clinic. So for this class you'll need a couple of bits and pieces. We have a pillow, we have a mat, although you could just do it on the floor or using a towel if you prefer, and we have a rolled up towel that we're going to need as well today. So Maighan and I are going to take you through some exercises. Always take it at your own pace and take a rest if you need it, but we hope you enjoy it. Okay, alrighty Maighan, we're going to start with some pelvic tilting to warm up and just to get you feeling more comfortable with the movement. So pop your hands on your hip bones and you're going to imagine that your pelvis is a bowl full of water and you're going to tilt the water out the front and tilt the water out the back. This is a really good way of warming up through your pelvis, making sure that you're able to move it without moving the rest of your body. Beautiful. Going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, Now what you're going to do is find yourself somewhere in the middle. So if you tuck all the way under and all the way up and somewhere in the middle, beautiful. While you're in this position, we should have a little arch in your lower spine. Have a feel there. That's exactly what we want. You should be able to feel that you'd have enough room for a blueberry to sit under your back, but it wouldn't get squashed and it wouldn't roll away. Okay. Maintaining this position, hands on your hips, going to work into some bent knee fallout. So keeping those hip bones still, breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, allow one of your knees to fall slowly out to the side. Inhale to draw back in, and then as you exhale, your other knee comes out. Inhale to draw back in. So what we're looking for here is that your pelvis stays nice and still and we're not getting rocking side to side or forwards and back. So aiming for 20 each side here. Good. You should feel your lower belly muscles start to simmer. And the movement doesn't have to be super big, so you might find that you can only move out a really small amount before your hips start to move, but you might also be able to go quite far. It's all down to what you're able to do. So Maighan's doing a really good job here. Beautiful. So you've got another 5 each side. Four. 3. 2. Last one. Beautiful. So come back to the middle, find that neutral spine. This time we're working into some tabletop, so it's the next step up. So tabletop is the position where your shins are parallel with the ceiling. I'll just get Maighan to demonstrate. Okay, so in this tabletop position, we want your spine to be in a nice neutral position, so not arching your back. Knit your upper ribs together. Hips are at 90 degrees, knees are at 90 degrees, shins are parallel with the ceiling, so that if I had a nice glass of wine or a gin or your chosen cocktail, you wouldn't spill a single drop. So that's what we're aiming for with this. Don't spill my drink. Pop your feet back down now. So working into alternating tabletop. So hands on your hips, find that neutral spine. As you exhale, bring one leg up to tabletop. Inhale to lower back down. Exhale to tabletop. Inhale to lower back down. Beautiful. Making sure that pelvis stays nice and still, maintaining pressure through your tailbone, like you're gently pushing your tail down. Good. Progression here, if you want it, is to add an extension of your leg, then bring it back in and tap down. Although you do have the option to keep with just the tabletop lowers if you would prefer. What we're aiming for is a movement that we can control with your hips, keeping them nice and still. Should feel some lower belly muscles starting to kick in here. It's not a real burny exercise, it's just a gentle simmer. Good. Couple more each side. And 2 more. So now we're going into the hardest exercise of this series, that's bringing both legs up to tabletop. Option here is to have both feet down, alternating up into tabletop. And here, just checking with your lower back, make sure that arch hasn't increased, and going back into that alternating lowering. Good. Making sure your pelvis stays still and your lower back doesn't move at all. And making sure you're still breathing. So breathing out and in. Watch that chin. Beautiful. Making sure that you're not arching up through here, gently on through that lower tummy, knit those ribs together. Exhale. So if this one does start to niggle at all through your lower back, take it back a step, or you can have a rest and hug your knees into your chest. Otherwise, we are here for another 5 each side. So 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good job. Alrighty, Maighan, hug your knees into your chest. Give them a bit of a cuddle and rock gently from side to side. You can take this position at any point during the class if you need a bit of a break or if you're starting to feel a little bit niggly. Okay. And then pop your feet back down and we'll head into your next exercise. Okay, next exercise we're going to do is working into some bridging. So arms down by your side and slowly curling your tailbone up and curling back down. So we want to peel up 1 vertebrae at a time and peel down 1 vertebrae at a time. If we're looking to add in the breathing, we exhale as you rise, inhale at the top, exhale to lower. Beautiful. Curl on up slowly and curl down slowly. If you're finding this is niggly on your back, don't come up quite as far, just to there, and then lower back down. Beautiful. Up. Should be feeling some bottom muscles, a little bit of tummy, maybe a little bit in the backs of the legs. What we shouldn't be feeling is your lower back here. If you're feeling your lower back, you might need to tuck your tailbone down a little bit further. Some people also find this one a little bit niggly on the knees. If you're feeling it in your knees, Imagine that I've got 2 pieces of strings attached to your knees, and as you come up, I'm pulling the pieces of string towards me. And lower back down. Good. Making sure you're getting pressure through your heels and midfoot. Beautiful. Progression here, if you want to take it, is to bring your arms up overhead. It just makes it a little bit more of a narrow base of support and means you have to work through your tummy muscles a little bit harder. Beautiful. You're here for another 5. And 4. Keeping those arms up overhead, or if it's too much, arms down by your side, lift your bottom up and we're working through some pulses. So we're going up an inch and down an inch. Beautiful. Just going to lower you down slightly here. Coming up an inch and down an inch, making sure you're not overextending through your spine. Squeezing those glutes. You're here for another 20 seconds. So by the end, glutes should be on fire. Good job, 15 to go. And you've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down super slow. Good job. Arms go down, hug your knees up to your chest, just reverse that position, give your back a little bit of love, and bring your feet down to the floor. Okay Maighan, so for this exercise we're going to place a nice rolled up towel between your knees and we're working into your adductors, so your inner thigh muscles. This exercise is fairly simple. What we're going to do, hands on your hips, maintain that neutral spine position, making sure that your tailbone doesn't accidentally tuck under. And you're going to take a breath in through your nose. As you exhale, squeeze that towel and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Good job. Breath in and exhale to squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Beautiful. Just make sure that you're maintaining that tailbone pressure throughout the whole movement. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Let's go for another 3. And release. And squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, release. Last one, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Last little bit, it's a progression and it's an option to take. Lift your bottom into a bridge, squeeze that towel, and coming up and down into little hip lowers. Yeah, just little pulses. And you've got 10, 9, squeezing the whole time, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Good job, we can take that towel away. Well done. Okay Maighan, so in this side lying position we're going to get working on those glutes and get them firing. Before we do, it's important to make sure your setup is really good, so we're going to work in through a couple of pelvic tilts. So tilting your tail back and under, back and under, last one, and under. Find your neutral spine. Good. We're aiming to be long through your waist, so see if you can maintain that nice little gap underneath your waist. waist so I could slide a silk scarf underneath. We want hip bones stacked on top of each other, ankles and knees. We're going to start with your clamshell. So in this position, ankles stay glued together. Keep that hip still and lift your knee up to my hand and down. Keep those ankles glued together. Beautiful. And up and down. And up to open and down slow, just like a clamshell opening and closing. Making sure your pelvis stays still, your hips stay stacked on top of each other without your hips wiggling forwards or backwards. Keep those hips stacked. So we should be starting to feel your bottom muscles firing, particularly on the side part of your glute. So this is really good for those butt muscles. And you're going to stay here for another 20 seconds. Starting to feel those glutes burning. You might start to get a bit of a shake, and that's a really good thing. You've got 10 to go. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Give your butt a little bit of a tap with a rolled up fist, and that can help to loosen off any of the tightness. Good job. Okay, next exercise in this series, keep your top leg bent, straighten out your bottom leg. Top knees bent, hook that foot in behind there. What we want is that nice long waist, neutral spine. Gently tilt, pelvis stays stacked, ankles hooked in, and we're going into a progression of your clamshell. So lifting your knee up to my hand and down. If this one doesn't feel as comfortable for you, you can go back to the original exercise, so with both knees bent. This is just a progression if we're wanting that extra bit of burn. We're working through a bit bigger range, so it's more of a challenge. Making sure that you're nice and still through your pelvis. See if you can do for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and have a little rest. Good job. Glutes should be starting to really fire now. Good job. Bend your bottom knee up now. Straighten your top leg, and we're working into some side lying leg lifts. Same deal. Waist stays long, hips stay stacked, slightly forwards more there, and you're going to lift your leg up to my hand and down. Okay, so key mistakes people might make in this position are they end up rolled too far forward, so we want to make sure you're stacked, or too far back. You might end up with your foot coming too far forwards here, and then you end up working the wrong muscles, so make sure your foot is in line, slightly extended as it comes up and down. Beautiful. Back. We should really be feeling those glute muscles working. Hopefully you'll feel it tomorrow. You've got another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Have a bit of a rest. Give that butt a tap if you need to. Probably do after all of that. And we'll head on over to the other side.